can have a look at this. This is my favourite choke combination with Coast Guard. I hit this, and I've hit this since I was a purple belt. It's high percentage. It's easy to do as long as you follow the system. So high percentage, easy. The setup's a little bit complicated, but once I've done the complicated part, the rest of it's really easy. Just go micro and stuff like that. Jump down that side for a sec, guys. One of the things I'm working on from here is I want to get the control. So see how Mike is set up to pass the guard, how one hand's slightly higher than the other. So that hand is generally the hand that's going to go backwards to push my legs open. So I want to grab that one first. Does that make sense? So no point getting this one and then him still having access to open up my guard. So when he sits in the guard with one hand forward, one hand backwards, I want to grab the hold of this one from here. The second thing about it, I like to get a 2-on-1 grip. So if he's strong or tries to hand fight, I've got the, I'm just going to hold it here. When I'm ready, I'll do two things. It's this. I'm going to shoot my hand inside the collar, but I'm going to dig my elbow in. So shoot my hand inside my collar, push it up nice and deep. So the first grip is here. So if he tries to hand fight him, and he might even swap his grips, it's okay, doesn't make fault, no drums. So when I'm ready to go in, but see how shallow it is? It's not good enough. So instead of me trying to get re-grip it is, I've got elbow comes in, and I set my hand open, I'll drive it and get my leg. Now I've got my control. You notice that my elbow is facing down like I'm doing a bicep curl. But I'm not trying to do this at the moment here, because he's going to drop his chin. Where my elbow's down, he drops his chin, but it's harder to defend the choke. So one more time. We're going to get our grip. So if I can have everyone with their right hand forward for the purpose of the drill, and left hand backwards. So we're going to get a 2-on-1 grip. We're just going to hand fight a little bit, and it's kind of regardless of what he does. When I'm ready, and here. This is the key. Elbow comes in, so I've got leverage. Sit up, punch my hand deep, close it up, sit back down again, curl. Or just, so my elbow is what I'm using to come up so I don't have to open my legs. So once we're here, we're just going to have a little bit of fun. So just for 2 or 3 seconds, this is going to play around. Note I'm pushing this in, I'm not pulling it up. I want to keep it nice and tight to my hip. One more time. So on one grip. When I'm ready, my hand keeps in. Elbow comes in, so it's my post. I don't have my leg. Drive off my elbow. Sit up, drop my hand nice and deep. Palm to the ceiling, Spider-Man style. Grip it up now. Pull it down. Pushing this in nice and deep, and you're just going to have a bit of a play around from here. So he's got 2 or 3 seconds where he's going to try and move. And I've got to keep his tension, so it's really hard for him to do anything. Okay, grab a partner, 1, 2, 3. So one person for 2 minutes, guys, please, and then swap over. Time, guys. Good job. So just do one. When I'm ready, I shoot my hand through. Elbow comes in. Drive up. Nice. Arm towards him, sit down and hold him. This is the hardest part about the entire move. It says, I'm now going to open my legs. I feel safe open my legs because I've got his arm. It's hard for me to pass his arm. Open my legs, put my knee through. So I'm going to do a sweep, but I'm going to help my partner. Watch, slow motion. This is, I start my sweep, I make him post, slap on the back, and just finish the choke. So a lot of time from here, they're going to bounce back inside my guard because they don't want to get swept. Right. So yeah, I've choked so many birds, just like bread and butter. 2 or 1. See ya, don't have a swim. So from here, grip it up, so everyone's here, and my elbow has to be in. Right, so elbow comes in again, sit up, this is the hardest part, hip escape. Now what I'm doing is, as I'm throwing, so close, I just grab. So this is a slap on the back. And what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to get closer to the neck line, not the shoulder line. Here, I call this cutting the head off. I take my top elbow, my right elbow in to cut the head off. I'm not pulling in. So I set the choke up first, I then pull to my guard. So I do the choke before I pull to guard. That's pretty much full speed, what it looks like. It's really easy to choke, really fast. One more time. Okay, so the details. 2 on 1 grip, hands come in, elbow goes down, sit up, drive it from here, sit down, kind of play the game, elbow comes back in, hip escape, come in, let it go. So see how I'm sitting up and I'm off center. So I get this clear bite onto the neck, and all I'm doing is I'm just grabbing a chunk of the gi. I close the choke up first, and as I pull him in, it winds the choke on. Once the choke's on, guys, so I've loosened this right off, is I'll pull his head in super deep. So if he tries to hand fight the choke, and now I'll loosen that off like so, it still comes on. It's a super fast choke. Okay, we're going to practice for 3 minutes. Grab a fresh partner, guys, 1, 2, 3. Okay. 2 minutes, whatever. Okay, so Mike is in my guard. So look, just the small factors is I've got my grip, elbow comes in, I'm sitting up, from here, sit down. So I don't want to go to my sweep yet because I want him to feel that I've got my structure. Right, so I've been trying, so he's generally kind of go, I want that. So as he does that to get his frames and posture, I go like, sweep, pop. Now, I probably might get the sweep. We're going to do that later. But he's still going to go, I don't want to be here, comes up. So I keep him off center. See, I keep him off center. Grab the back. Elbow comes in, hip escape off the side. Now, that's like 0 pressure, but the choke's already on. Squeeze my elbows together, kick my legs, pull in, and keep his head here. So there's no way he can hand fight to stop the choke. And the way he's pushing the hands puts the choke on. So there's 3 steps. Now 1 step is I've got my grips from here. Once I've got my grips and back again, he's just going to try and back. So I go, use that space to sweep, let it go. It comes back up, slap on the back, I'm off center. Bring my elbows together, squeeze, side, escape off to the side, reset. Squeeze, pull the head in, re-squeeze. If I'm having trouble to push his right hand, pushing my chest, we're going to have a look at that next. Okay, so second person, you've got 2 minutes left to drill it out. 1, 2, 3, let's go. We're going to go to the armbar where my opponent's pushing or framing off my chest. I'll show you how it flows as far as when we're wrestling, but then I'm going to break it down to technical so it won't be quite as live rolling as that. So Marcus, this is really common response or a common reaction. So I get my 2 on 1, hand goes in, dip the elbow, shoot it nice and tight, and he's going to use the hand here. So as I'm trying to break it out, it's just going to like harden my chest and keep this distance. But so I've got this thing where I don't want to do my sweep yet because I don't have my choke hand ready and there's too much gap. But So the way this works is easy. My partner's hand is high, so he's putting weights on me. But the way I'm going to do this is called a snake bite armbar. Right, so I'm going to change my grip to my 2-on-1 grip. I hip bump, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to put my belly button underneath his elbow. So I hip bump, I put my belly button underneath his elbow, and I hold the elbow. This is the most important part about the entire move. His elbows on my belly button, and I'm behind his elbow. Once I've got this, I can set my whole game plan up. So once we're here, it's a 2-on-1. Now I raise my hips, I slide my hips out to the side, I grab it and I pull it in. So I've still got the sleeve. This is the part where your partner's going to try and pull the arm out. I'm going to make sure I've got it behind the elbow so it's tight. So I'm pushing and I'm pulling. One more time. It's a 2-on-1 grip. So what I'm doing is I'm not trying to move his hand because he's got a good grip on me. So I raise my hips, I shoot my hips over to the side, I change, I pull it into the belly and I hold it. Okay. Number 1. I change my hand back into this. I can go thumb in, I can go 4 fingers in, it makes no difference. I prefer this. 4 fingers in. Now, this is the part. I'm going to open my legs up, I'm going to take my right foot towards my left knee. Left leg comes over, recross. The part that I see people have issues with is they go here and they try and throw the left leg over the head. So they go here, they try and throw, they get to about here, and he doesn't even have to move. I can't complete the armbar. So they kind of get this and they kind of like doing this thing with like, and they get to like here like, yeah, and he just walks around my guard. I'm like, oh, that was shit, you know? So I see that quite a fair bit. So the motion, 2-on-1, raise my hips, move my hips, go into the belly. 4 fingers go in, off center. Tap my knee up to hold his posture. So my foot is going towards my knee. Does everyone understand? Okay. Bring my leg around, very cross, clear my knees as wide as I can, raise my hips. Don't have your knees here, because he can walk around my guard. See how like he can just move me? Where if they're flat, he walks around, So I've got the ability to keep the monkey behind the glass, so he can't come around. One more time. 2-on-1. Yeah. 2-on-1. Raise my hips, move my hips out to the side. Grab the elbow, pull the elbow in, go to my choke city. Okay. Hardest part is this is pulling forward so there's a little bit less weight on my leg. 1 leg, 2 leg, recross. If you're part, this is fine just here. This will do, Dorothy, this will do. Okay. Flare my knees, raise, and do my arm bar. 1, 2, flare my knees, raise, do my arm bar. Flare my knees, raise, do my arm bar. Flare my knees, raise, do my arm bar. So those of you that struggle to get the leg over the head, you do what's called a shoulder lock arm bar. It's just as effective, but we're going to miss out on part 2. But if you get the tap, there's never a part 2, so it doesn't matter. Okay, is everyone okay to have a shot at this? It's 3 minutes again, grab a new partner. 1, 2, 3. I know. I work systems and I like to have stuff that I can chain together. Sweep, arm bar, choke, sweep, arm bar, chain stuff together. So when my feet come like that, come out the side and get my 2-on-1. Change it, elbow, drive, and it goes, so you start to push the hand like I'm having a lot of trouble. So this is the hardest part about the technique, is this watch. Hip bump, pull my hip, pull my leg trying to keep the system. So that was a triangle and an arm bar, triangle and stroke. So we're here, and my partner's trying to push it down. So I'm going to get the grip. I drop my hips, drop my feet, raise my hips, and pull it across. Got it? 1, 2, 3. Bend my knees, raise my hips. I'll get the tap, push the arm out, back in, strap on the collar, squeeze. So I'm trying to pull him down, so that grip is the hardest part. This guy's going to be going. So I find the elbow, and run my hand from the elbow. I find the elbow, around my hand from the elbow. Okay, so got it, I'm happy with this. Drop my feet, raise my hips, pull it off center. He can still hold on in one motion. Lock him in, so my elbow's behind his elbow. Now, 1, 2, 3. Bend my knees, nice and wide. Okay, keep off the center, pull the arm. And not tapping in 1. Come back down again, lock it up, grab hold the collar, I'll switch it to the other hand, I'll switch it, I'll take the other arm bar. So I can play arm bar and choke, it's a really easy system. Josh, come in please. It's a weird place to be still after arm bars. So from here, I've got my grip. So Josh is pushing center, and like he might not even have his hand sense line, but if he does, he's just helping me out. Grip. Feet, pull, hip. So my elbow's blocking the arm out now. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Flare, arm bars. He pulls the arm out. Rehash. Knock them off center, come back down, choke. He's only got one hand to defend, so it starts to defend the choke with his free hand. Pull, punch it, switch it. So I can combo this together, so I can go like choke, arm bar. 3 minutes guys, take it nice and slow, and that'll be us for the day. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You partners!